My favorite piece of music.
Let me give you a little broad spectrum of what I like.
These things can never die.
When we do it the right way is a beautiful piece.
Regnum Mundi.
Toreador.
I really love the Schubert.
It's like there are 7 consonants in Schwyz.
Most guys in the group are probably going to say The Quest, which is just an awesome piece to sing.
Quest unending is sweet.
Sicut Cervus. Even though I felt like everyone else hated it, I really liked it.
Ave Maria, definitely.
Ave Maria.
I like the Whiffenpoof song.
I really liked Loch Lomond. I don't think anyone else is probably going to say this in the documentary.
Loch Lomond.
It was a very touching piece.
It just broke my heart. And one time Jake was singing and I just started crying on stage.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor?
There's nothing like a Dane.
The image of Neil Dingo being thrown up into the air and screaming at the top of his lungs.
And the awakening.
We've just done so many different types of music, it's hard to pick one.
Favorite tour memory?
So many good memories, some I don't remember. We'll bypass those.
I really enjoyed doing the homestays on tours.
We got our name of the person we had, and it said G-A-Y-H-E-N-N-E. And he goes, "Hey look, we're staying with Gay Heine." And I was like, Gay Heine? I'm pretty sure that's not it. And he was like, yeah, it's Gay Heine, Gay Heine, you know. And then this old woman walks up to him and he goes, "Hi, my name is Gay Heine. It's nice to meet you."
We always stayed with families that had really attractive daughters.
One of the times she was Miss Ohio, runner-up, I believe, so she wasn't the best, but she was second, so we were pretty happy about that.
SMO Canada tour my freshman year was awesome for a lot of reasons.
Being Caracciolo's first encounter with SMO, and we were both experiencing the same thing together.
It was the first time that I figured out that Mike Ward isn't crazy. I know everyone thinks he's this big, tough guy and doesn't have any feelings, but we really he's been my tour buddy since freshman year, and he is a very deep guy.
Well, I think in terms of tours, you have to go with the New York tour. We just did so much stuff, and it was such a great, well-organized event.
Probably my favorite tour moment was standing on my high school stage. One of my best friends was just crying his eyes out because the last time I was there, I sang the national anthem for our graduation.
Now I do want to tell you about a little thing that me and my boy Marlon had going. Marlon was the bus driver this year for tour, and him and I like to play this little game, and it's called Drive Away from a Person Who Is Late.
Singing in the Catholic Church in Manhattan with the 7-second reverberation.
But my favorite memory was when we were in Boston, and I'll never forget this. We're walking around with Brad Huffman. It was me, Brad Huffman, and Jake Young, and we're going towards the tavern where OU was founded, and it was just the buildings were beautiful. It was brick. Everything's just gorgeous. And then we see a Subway, or no, it was a 7-Eleven. We see a 7-Eleven, and Brad Huffman goes, "That's the nicest 7-Eleven I've ever seen." And I look back at Brad and I go, to say yeah, I agree. And he's crying.
For a freshman coming into SMO, my best advice would be stick with it and work hard, and don't talk between singing points in rehearsal. That's kind of getting a little nitty-gritty, but just stick with it, have a good time, hang out with the people, work hard.
One, if you're in the same hotel room as Matt Johnson, you may need a pillow because he snores, so suffocate him a little bit.
No, just have fun with it.
We are all brothers. We're all as important as the guy standing next to you. And that's what makes the group succeed. And if every individual in the group coming in does that, the group will only grow better.
And just like anything else, you get into it what you put out of it. So if you're willing to work that hard, if you're willing to understand the former members of the group and what this group is about, you'll walk away with a lot.
You can tell when somebody's been in for a long time that they know everybody already, but there's always an atmosphere of wanting to include everybody.
Is immediately go up and introduce yourself to some of the older guys. you go and branch out, you know, go and do things.
Whatever you put in, you're going to get out so much more in return. So try out for solos, try out for Section 8.
To stay involved, not just attending rehearsals and not just singing in the concerts, but spending time doing service activities, fundraising, all of those types of things.
I definitely love being around all these really awesome guys, and that's definitely why I'm in it.
Do everything that's asked of you and try to get to know the older guys, because they're always really friendly. And it definitely took me a while to do that. It took me a couple quarters to really feel comfortable.
You know, you're in a room with so many other people, so many diverse people, and, you know, making a connection with all of them is some of the most fun I've ever had.
The one reason to join SMO is the 50+ guys that will be your friends. Those 50 guys that you'll be able to count on no matter what.
I mean, aside from it being the best organization on campus,
SMO, it's like you get together and there's a goal. You know, you have concerts and you're trying to memorize music. So just the act of having that same goal and trying to create all these awesome musical things just brings people together in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to in a other setting.
Because 70 guys singing really well sounds awesome, and that's a lot of fun. And I like milk and cookies.
Because I've never sung with a group that's been as dedicated and has been a family like SMO, and I've sung with a lot of groups. I mean, I've been singing since I was 10 years old.
You know, but I think, you know, the brotherhood aspect just can't be ignored. You know, you have to appreciate showing up and then having, you know, 40+ friends, you know, all because you care about the same thing.
you know, guys, we go uptown sometime and they're like, let's sing. When we're at this bar or wherever, let's sing. And they're like, no, I don't want to sing. We feel like we're drawing attention to ourselves. But like, there's not always an opportunity in your life where you're going to get to sing with, you know, 60 some other men that know the same part. And it's just really a once in a lifetime experience that you should definitely try to get a hold of.
Trying to make music as best as possible, and you know, any other pressures or whatever else is going on in my life is kind of pushed aside for an hour or however long we're rehearsing, and I can just kind of focus on something completely different.
If you're ever in a hard situation and you need somebody, there are 50 guys that I'm sure would be willing to help you out no matter what you want.